She had threatened to change her will, then she was murdered.
I always thought you suspected him.
It's a terrible thing for him to do. Build up a false case of circumstantial evidence against an innocent man and send him to his death. He took advantage of my friendship, Victor. No one will ever do that again.
Yes, I hated him.
What would you say? Talk of the town. I hear you're a pedophile. Is that true?
Gravely true.
Now, are you one of those ironic pedophiles?
Well, no, it's I.
So you're an active pedophile, and you're on Discord.
Yeah.
I see. And what makes you an active pedophile by way of definition? Why do you call yourself a pedophile? Are you an active pedophile? You say active pedophile. What does that mean? We get our definitions right if we're to understand each other, you know?
Are you a cop?
Oh, no, not at all. Why do you ask? And what would it matter at this point if you've already admitted in an open VC to everybody that you're a pedophile? Presumably you thought there were no consequences for saying such a thing. Am I to understand that correctly?
Yeah, we live in a free country.
Now, is freedom extended to the innocents that are affected by pedophilia or not?
Repeat
So
that?
if you say it's a free country, is that freedom extended to the victims of pedophilia?
Yeah, I mean, it's free for everybody.
I see. Are you free from the consequences of your actions?
Yes, I am.
Really? I see. So every step you take, your clear conscience and all the rest. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I see. And what inspired you to become a pedophile exactly?
It
Seems like a
I was a
saturated
little
market.
bored, and I just thought, hey, why not?
I see. But how does hey, why not translate into active pedophilia? That seems like a big leap, does it not? Perhaps you use a different definition for active.
And boredom is really bad, dude.
But how do you go from boredom to lusting after children? How is there such a vast jump? How could you even get into such a thing?
Depravity.
Yeah, it's called depravity.
All right, but how did you become depraved? What started you on this journey down the garden path, let's say?
I blame 4chan.
All right, so you're on the internet chronically, I presume. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, I am chronically online.
I can tell. But if you're on 4chan, what was it about their philosophy that led you to being a pedophile exactly? Why would you be attracted to prepubescent children?
It's the only thing that gets my dick erect.
So prior to this, you were chasing different highs, is that right?
I'm sorry, what?
Well, you see, you've got this sexual gratification you're looking to solve, right? You're saying children is the only way you can do that. But prior to that, how did you gratify yourself? Presumably pornography and all the rest, right? So you just became more and more extreme with your pornographic addiction. Is that all it is?
I'm not talking about my porn habits with some guy I just met, dude.
Okay, hold on a second. So you say you're an active pedophile, but you won't discuss your porn habits. What's the difference there?
Talk about your porn habits.
Why do you keep saying this active pedophile thing?
You said you're actively a pedophile.
Who sent you that?
You said it yourself. You said you're an active pedophile about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, who sent you that, though?
You sent it by way of speaking that went through the electronic signals and then got transduced back into my ear so I could hear it. What do you mean?
Who sent you that, dude? That's what I mean.
So, who sent me the information that you are in fact a pedophile?
Yeah.
So you mean the rumor that initially got me in here?
Yeah.
I see, I see. Well, yesterday people were mentioning a few things regarding you, and they said that you're an active pedophile. So I went off that premise for our discussion. Seems reasonable, does it not?
Yeah, it sounds like a whole lot of bullshit to avoid saying who sent you that.
Well, I mean, a majority of people here have told me this very thing. Said, you got to get in here and chat to this guy. He seems to be rather lost.
Oh, you here to help me?
You wanted him in here.
So
You said you said earlier, get Mr.E in here.
You're gaslighting. I don't know.
No, you said that.
I don't know who Mr.E is.
Nobody does. Well, here I am.
No, yeah, you guys said this would be content, right?
It certainly is. People are enthralled by our current conversation. We're trying to get to the bottom of your currently reprobate.
Yeah. I know this.
Mm-hmm. So then, what would be your objection to the current conversation?
I don't have an objection to this conversation, I guess.
Delightful.
I expected just better ammo.
Better ammo? I'm just asking honest questions, right?
Just hit me with what you got, dude.
You want me to accuse you of something? The only thing I made an accusatory remark about is I've heard you're a pedophile, which you agreed to. Then you said children are the only thing that stimulates you. So, of course, I inquire, what was it before children that stimulated you? And then you went, well, I have standards. I won't talk about my pornographic habits. But you have, the highest standard of all, being a pedophile. Is that right? Doesn't really make sense. Why would your pornographic usage be worse than being a pedophile? That doesn't compute to anybody here, I'm sure. So how would you reconcile that logically?
I don't see reconcile with what. I don't see what I'm being accused of.
You claim to be a pedophile. You said yes. And I'm saying, why? And you said, only children give you what you need, let's say. And I said, well, prior to that, what was it that you were chasing?
Amoebas.
I see. Why amoebas?
I can't with this guy. He's too funny. Why amoebas?
Why amoebas? Carry on.
Because they're the. Sorry, I'm too. Does that require an explanation, really? Why amoebas? Why do amoebas turn me on?
Yes. Sure, everyone's curious to know.
Is there something younger than an amoeba?
How old's an amoeba?
I don't have a petri dish in front of me, but like.
So if you could, you're going for the young as humanly possible. Is that what you're saying?
No.
So what's next on your agenda? Zygotes? You're going to start sexualizing zygotes? Moment of conception? Doesn't really logically follow that you would sexualize something that you can't have any interaction with. So have you been interacting with children? Or is it just all fantasy in your mind?
No. What?
So either you say you're an active pedophile, right? It's either that it's in your mind, and that's where
I don't say I'm an active pedophile, actually.
Okay, so what would you define yourself as?
A internet enjoyer.
Okay, but why would you at the
I'm a vampire.
Let's say you are, for the sake of argument. I mean, everyone calls me a vampire too, oddly enough. However, at the beginning, you said you were a pedophile. You admitted to it, and now suddenly you've become somewhat of a cloister when it comes to terminology. Why is that? Are you being defensive about the consequences of these actions that you said you're free from?
What?
Well, you said you're free from consequence, right? So why would you couch any of your terminology? You said you're an active pedophile. Now you're saying you're not an active pedophile. How did it change within the space of 10 minutes?
It it was a joke, and now you.
All right, I understand. That's fine. So then I asked originally, I said, are you an ironic pedophile? You should have said yes. Then we could have gone from there.
No, because then that ruins the bit, dude.
I get it, but why would you want to do the bit? What would be the benefit of doing it? Just to get a few people riled up? Because I can tell you from personal experience, certain people around here, could be anybody, it's really a mystery. You wouldn't want, wouldn't want to aggravate with the notion of pedophilia now, would you? So are you willing to recant your previous ironic pedophilia?
What? You just like repeat that again, dude. You kind of like were huffing.
That's
your
perfectly
fart.
fine.
Like,
No, I was explaining it rather quickly for someone who speaks so slow. Perhaps that's it. So what I'm saying is, would you like to recant your previous stance? For there are many people around here who are rather, how would I say, deleterious towards active pedophiles. It's a
I
mystery
want
as to
someone to
who,
go up to my house and kill me.
why. That seems to be the crux of the issue, doesn't it? Are you that bored that you just want to die?
No, I want someone to show it to my house and kill me. That's different than like.
Okay, so why do you want your existence to end by way of someone showing up and killing you?
I don't know, really.
You consider your life meaningless, do you?
I just think it'd be funny.
Funny from the outside, but you'd be an active participant in, getting murdered or killed.
Yeah, I'd be dead, and
Right.
hopefully,
So what part of the death would be funny exactly if you can't experience it because you're already dead? Are you presuming you'll be able to experience your death after you've died?
yeah.
All right. So do you have a theological belief then?
No, I think I'm gonna live forever. That's
Okay. So wouldn't that contradict your previous desire?
no. I want to die.
You want
That's
to
why I
die,
want to
but
die, because I'm gonna live forever. And this
you're going to
sucks.
live forever and you want someone to kill you. So can someone terminate your life or not if you live forever?
It depends on. Uh, well, I'm. It depends on the blood that I've harvested.
I see. Now, I did have another question. You haven't posted, now regarding the pedophilia thing, you're saying you're not an active pedophile. You haven't posted anything untoward regarding such a matter, have you?
What matter?
Don't post explicit material to shock people, do you?
I don't think I've broken the server rules.
I'll just field the room briefly. Port Monkey, Deathwing, anybody like that, you can pipe up now and inform me as to whether or not he's posted something. I see. What's your, well, we'll ask him, what's your stance on lolicon, good sir?
What's my stance on lolicon?
Yes, do you
I
consider
don't
it
have a
pedophilia or
stance
not?
on lolicon.
Okay, I'll put it to you now. Is lolicon a form of pedophilia given that it sexualizes children?
I don't think it sexualizes children.
How do you come to that conclusion with lolicon?
I think if you look at a drawing of a cute girl and your mind goes to something perverted, I mean, it speaks more to you than it does to me, right?
Obviously, but a lot of this lolicon, as you've no doubt come across seeing you're a 4chan user, right? Is rather vile, isn't it? Not just an innocent, happy little child. It's entirely sexual. Overtly so. So
What?
would you consider that stuff? Do you have a definition that's different to the norm then? What is your definition for lolicon?
You're gonna have to repeat that again, dude.
My apologies. I was saying, so it seems like your definition for it, for lolicon, is different to the generally accepted one. So what is your definition of lolicon?
uh, lolicon is like a anime art form, right?
Let's say it is. Now, what classifies it as lolicon? What does it have to have in order to be lolicon?
Cute girls.
So you divorce sexualizing the girls from their age, right?
I don't know what that means.
That means they're very separate things, right? So you're saying these images don't have to be sexual in order to be lolicon, right? So you separate sexualizing from the other thing, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're just
Yeah.
like cutesy anime girls. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right. Now, Sucker Punch, seeing you're here, is there anything he's done particularly untoward regarding quote unquote pedophilia?
He's admitted the other day that he's like a semi-prolific lolicon poster on Twitter.
I know, but we're getting to the definition of that. He considers lolicon nothing to do with sexualizing a young person, merely cutesy schoolgirl stuff. I'm presuming schoolgirl, right? You say so? Okay, but
Yeah,
if that's the case, then he has a very blurred line between what lolicon is and where pedophilia starts.
well, there's no difference really.
No difference, right? That's what I'm saying. So his definition is very much different from the normal conception of what lolicon pertains. If they are sexualized images you're putting on Twitter, Mr. whatever his name is,
You're Rod.
that guy, yeah, you. So if that's the case, then how do you square the circle regarding it is sexual, but you're saying it's not sexual?
Are you? What's wrong with posting porn on Twitter.com?
All right. Pornography in general, wrong. Most people would agree that is an immoral thing, carnal mind, lust, and all that. But it's not just pornography. And I mean, the world's surrounded in pornography. Advertisements full of it, celebrities are full of it. It's all disgusting, right? However, you've taken pornography and then you've inserted innocent children, right, in the form of a drawing. Intent
No,
would be pedophilia, would it not? Do you post the images of underage people in sexual situations? You don't? Okay. How can we verify that? So it's suggestive, is that what it is? I mean, very blurred line. So let's just go back to
style mean, by the way.
Well, let's say it's professionally done and it's in a mag. Yeah.
Pin-up style though would be edgy.
Edgy.
Okay.
So would you say, does he fall into that category? Like are you some sort of weeaboo, Japanese, Japanophile, anything like that?
No.
Okay, so you just like the art of that particular thing. Is that right? But you did call it pornography.
I like all kinds of porn, honestly.
All right. So, but here's where the problem lies. So you're taking underage people and you're bringing it into pornography, right? So that's where you draw. Is that where you draw the line? I'm just curious.
I'm not. You keep saying I'm putting underage people in pornographic situations.
No, lolicon, right? By definition, they're young, aren't they? Then you follow that by saying, I enjoy all sorts of porn. So could you clarify, perhaps?
No.
You don't want to clarify. That's fine. But you're saying you enjoy all sorts of pornography. You post lolicon, admittedly, on Twitter. And then you say, people post pornography everywhere. Does it not stand to reason that lolicon would follow and fall under the umbrella of pornography?
No.
Okay, so what separates it from pornography?
Well, if they're not. It's. I feel like. What are you talking about? You're saying lolicon. What do you mean by that?
We'll get a definition from the room. Sucker Punch, what would you consider lolicon? Use you as the barometer.
Like that anime child porn shit. Disgusting.
Would you
Yeah,
consider what you post that?
Well, no, go on. Go on.
That was it. I was saying, do you consider what you post that thing that he just defined?
Yeah, it's literal CP.
All right. So then why would you argue that you're not an active pedophile? Previously saying you were, but now you're saying you're not, but now you're back to being an active pedophile. Why is that? Why do we have this shape-shifting of categories for you? Which one would you say you are best defined as?
Because I don't take this seriously, bro.
I get that, but there are serious consequences for pedophilia, would you not agree?
Yeah.
All right. Now, you're inviting those serious consequences, right?
But by saying I'm not gonna give you your quote, but whatever.
No, we just want to abundantly be clear that are you an
What did
active
you say to Death?
pedophile?
What was the first thing you said to Deathwing today?
Me?
Yeah.
What did I say to you? Seem to know, so enlighten me.
Deathwing, if you don't mind. What was it he said to you?
He said if he ever finds my address, my kids aren't safe.
Oh, I did. That was funny.
Well, that's where I think perhaps it could just be an ironic pedophile trying to be edgy. Then you're saying he's posting lolicon and defending it. That would lead me to doubt it's merely edge.
Well, do you think that dude's kids aren't safe around me?
How is that funny though?
Well, hold on.
I
If
wouldn't
you're
let you around him.
posting lolicon, which we consider pornography, most people do, on Twitter in a public space, you're pretty unsafe, aren't you, by definition? You're a hazard to be around by what you post. Just by what you post, not by what you do.
I'm a good guy.
You're a good guy posting pornography. How do you square that circle? What makes you a moral, virtuous person?
I'm fun to be around. I'm likable.
Right, but you've caused derision and revulsion everywhere I've heard you mentioned. Why is that? Is it the pedophilia, perhaps?
How do you? Maybe, I don't know.
So if someone came up to you and said, "Hey, I'm just like you," what would you feel around that person?
We'd probably
Yeah, the exact same interests and everything else.
Yeah, we'd probably have sex.
So you're driven essentially by carnal desires, is that right? There's nothing else you have going for you?
What is this line of questioning, bro?
It's a moral question, is it not? Say you're a good guy, right? You're driven entirely by carnal lust. Everything you do is an attempt to get a...
lust.
You're not, I see. So how can you square the circle of wanting to have sex with your doppelganger?
Well, it's not that serious, dude.
I see. So then are you an ironic pedophile?
Girl, a doppelganger now, as
Yeah.
you say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd fuck my doppelganger.
Fair enough.
It's not that serious. What?
So let's say someone wasn't your doppelganger but still had the same predilections and posts on Twitter. Would you want to hang around that person? If you said, "Hey, guy, I'm on Twitter posting CP, what would be your initial reaction?
I would hang out with any of my oomfies.
What's an oomfie?
One of my followers.
Well, let's say they're not a follower. Let's say it's a total stranger in the situation. And they come up and they say, hey, look at all this CP posted on Twitter.
What?
The person, he's doing exactly what you do.
Up to me and saying, hey, look at this CP.
Yeah, literally.
I would avoid that person. What?
All right. Why would that be your natural instinct?
That's just what?
See the logical problem here. You say you're doing a moral good thing and you're a good person. But when someone who isn't your doppelganger that you're going to have sex with shows up and behaves as you do, think about it. You're reviled by yourself, are you not?
No, I love myself.
So this person, in essence, is you, but a different appearance, total stranger, behaving as you do. When they come up, you said you'd avoid them. Why?
I didn't say I said I'd fuck them, right?
Oh no, that's your doppelganger. I'm talking about a total stranger that exhibits all the traits you have.
I did not say I'd avoid them. I love my oomfies.
But we said it isn't an oomfie, it's a total stranger.
Well, if I don't know them, then I don't.
Let's say they have a polite introduction. The first thing they go into is their Twitter, and they say, "Look what I do! I do the thing you do." But they're not your oomfie, and they have no particularly noticeable appearance that would make you want to have sex with them. In that situation, you've said you would avoid them. Why?
Well, I would avoid people who think Twitter is real life.
All right, but the impact of child pornography is felt across the internet, where children are exploited, trafficked, photographed, and all their information disseminated, right?
Stop, I can only get so erect, dude.
I get that, you're trying to be edgy. But what I'm saying is, the impact on these innocent people has no, you have no regard for that at all.
No, dude, you're putting...
So who do you care about?
I care about my family.
Why do you care about your family?
Because they're the only... They gave birth to me, dude. Why wouldn't I care about my family?
Do you have any siblings?
Why am I being interrogated, bro?
You're not. We're having a polite conversation.
No, this isn't an interrogation.
So if you had siblings, would you not want to defend them and keep them from harm? Hypothetically or not? Yes, you would, since you care about your family. So why are other innocent people not afforded the same courtesy of not being trafficked and sexualized?
You mean the drawings?
Well, the drawings have the intent behind them is the biggest issue, right? People say, oh, it's just a drawing, dude. I'm going to post simulated child pornography everywhere. What's the problem, right?
I'm not posting simulated child pornography.
You know, a lot of those drawings that are like sexualized and stuff, they're like traced, like it's come out, those have been like traced over from actual CP images, right? Like a decent amount.
You know that artist, don't you, right? Just say his name.
It's like a thing the FBI's reported on.
Yeah, I know that's a thing.
So, seem very well read
right?
on the subject. Why is that?
He's like in jail.
Right. So why would you disseminate images of that sort?
I'm not disseminating images of traced CP. What?
Do you know?
No, yeah, I'm not.
How can you be certain? If you're posting sexualized images of animated children, let's say.
I'm not doing that either, dude.
So what exactly are you doing?
I post
has caused the issue. So
I think people just don't like me because I'm a fan of Potato.
Nobody cares about that. Potato is a non-issue. He's literally a potato, right? Neither here nor there. But the point is...
This makes so much more sense now after that.
Yes, I know. But that's neither here nor there. The major issue is you're posting this stuff, you avow the behavior and the activity thereof. Now you're saying no, and now you're saying yes. So which one is it? What would you say you are?
What I'm saying is people can say things on the internet and not mean them.
Obviously.
Well, like a lot of people seem to think that's not the case.
However, in order to procure the images in question, let's say, you'd have to have the thought in your mind, would you not, the entire time?
What images in question? Just
ones you posted on Twitter. I don't know. I've been told this. I have no idea beyond what the witnesses have said.
Then what? Post my tweets, bro. Post whatever you were told.
If they were to post the tweets, would that not be aiding and abetting a child pornographer? I don't know.
Unprivate your Twitter. You will link him. What? Okay, fine, dude.
Well, why was your Twitter private?
Because I'm just.
That's only fair. We'll clear the record, the tabula rasa, right? The slate will be wiped clean. Then this misunderstanding.
I wanted to delete my Twitter account. That's why it was privated. All right.
Okay, fair enough. But what motivated you to delete or attempt to delete Twitter account? Yes, I know it raises a few eyebrows, but
oh yeah, you can't have everything raises eyebrows, right, dude? What if I just wanted to delete my Twitter account because I didn't like it?
Sure, that's fine. That's perfectly reasonable. But when you say you come in, you say you're an active pedophile, right? And then you say, "Oh, I'm posting lolicon. Oh, I don't. Any pornography is good for me." And then you say, I'm going to delete my Twitter account. You know, obviously people are going to go, hold on a minute. What's the motivation behind this?
Honestly, I don't even know how. I'm not even drunk. Like, how do you unlock your Twitter?
I'm sure our good friend here will assist you in any matter regarding.
I found it. I think.
Thank you.
I really feel like I'm walking into a trap, bro.
Oh, I mean, I'm just having a conversation with you, am I not?
That sounds like something a police officer would say.
Police officer would already, at this point, you know, be accusing you of this and that, wouldn't they? Because you've already said this.
No, the police officer would be doing exactly what you're doing.
Would it be? I mean, if anyone had recorded anything you'd said prior to my arrival, that's probably more incriminating than anything you've said now. So, I mean, what would be the difference? Really? How'd you go?
I'm struggling to unprivate my Twitter.
That's all right. At your own pace. It will clear the air, right? I mean, it'll be definitive, won't it?
Well, will it?
One way or another.
I don't think it will.
Why is that? What is in the Twitter that won't clear the air?
I don't know. Consigliere wants to link you something.
Okay, fair enough.
I have no clue what that could be, you know. So I'm getting what? Oh, thank you. Uncheck that box. Yeah, I'm deleting all of my sus posts right now.
No, that'd take too long anyway. And you said you're an avid Twitter user.
When I didn't say that. What?
I'm saying, if you did that.
You keep putting words in my mouth, bro.
Hardly. I merely ask a question.
No, you straight up said I said I'm an active Twitter user or something like that.
You said
When
you're
did
an
I say
active.
that?
Well, you said you post all sorts on Twitter. Did you not?
Yeah, I use the platform.
Therefore, active, right? Hardly.
Whatever, man. You just have a vibe.
Have a way with words, don't I?
You do have a way with words. Maybe I'm being overly hostile.
It's all right. I mean, a lot of people find my voice rather aggravating.
Settings, account, audience. See, it needs to be this painfully. All right, setting. It's not under. Okay, wait, never mind. I don't need to bore you guys. Carry on with your fun conversation you guys were having before I joined, right?
I mean, I was brought here to have a chat to.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot we were doing something.
Oh, yes.
Privacy and safety.
Here's a question. Right? Seeing you made it private, why were you planning on deleting it, or you were mulling over whether or not to delete it?
Well, you have to, like, when you delete your account, you have to, like, it stays private for 2 months, and if you don't log in, then it's deleted.
I see. Because I don't use Twitter at all. It's interesting. There's an outage. Wonder why. Anyway, where were we?
Oh, I found it. I think I found it. Protect your videos, protect your posts, right? I just have to uncheck those, and it's good now?
According to Juice here, yes.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, and then we'll just, the matter will be settled, I believe.
Yeah, there's no longer a lock. You guys are free to stalk me again.
Was people stalking you prior to that?
Yeah. That's the joke, dude.
I see. So here's the thing: you don't want to be accused of being an edgy person, right? Because that's part of the joke. But you are an edgy person. But you just don't want to be called an edgy person because that's the joke you're going with, right? Is that all it boils down to here?
I just want to be happy, man.
But the problem with hedonism, that happiness at any cost.
No, I'll be happy, not hedonist. Happy.
What's hedonism? Seeking pleasure, no regard for anything else, right?
No, that wouldn't make me happy.
That's what I'm saying. Therefore, hedonism, right? You're a hedonist?
No, I want to be happy. I'm not a hedonist.
Yes, but the pursuit of pleasure and sensual indulgence, these are things you've admitted to.
I want to be happy. No, I'm not. I haven't admitted to whatever you just said. That what?
But that's what you agreed multiple times that you are looking for. You said children are the only thing that stimulate you and all the rest of it. Is that not hedonism? I
didn't say that.
Did anyone else hear him say that? Filled the room. Anyone else hear something to that effect? Paraphrased or not? Anybody?
The man's seeking happiness but doesn't quite. I don't think he gets the point of hedonism.
I see. Hedonism is the more extreme pursuit of indulgence, that. I would consider pedophilia and other such things the height of hedonism.
I think the height of hedonism is like railing cocaine off of like a hooker's tits.
You took it one step further when you said children, though, didn't you?
I didn't say children. You said children.
No, you've said children multiple times. You said it's the only thing that can stimulate you. So how would cocaine off a prostitute's breasts surpass what you were seeking in innocent children? Exactly.
See, I didn't say anything about innocent. What? I'm not. I didn't say anything
All
wrong.
children are innocent.
How
you've
are
said.
you twisting? Me saying like the peak of sex is doing cocaine off of a hooker's tits. How is that a pedophilic thing about me? Can you?
I didn't say it was. All I said was that you said the only thing that stimulates you sexually is children.
When did I say that?
Earlier, when you weren't inhaling nitrous oxide.
About 20 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So what about it? Yeah.
I'm saying the height of hedonism would not be the cocaine and the prostitute's breasts, no, would it?
It would be prepubescent children, right?
By your standards, not by my standards, right? I think all children are innocent and should be protected, regardless of who they are.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Okay, so why would you prey on them if you agree with that?
Because I think it's funny.
So it's merely for the irony? Are you willing to admit that?
What? I'm not willing to admit to anything.
Would you not agree that you're an... I mean, my first question almost was, are you an ironic pedophile?
And then I said I'm a literal pedophile, right?
Correct. And then you said, we carried on from there. You're not willing. Yeah. You're willing to die on the hill and admit you're a pedophile.
Like,
should we just come around to further clarify? That's all.
Ask me something else, dude. I don't like that. I don't like the...
It's reasonable, but the problem is, throughout the conversation, you've already, tacit or otherwise, admitted to a whole slew of terrible things. So it would be better.
Oh, no.
Well, there are consequences for such things, is what I'm saying. Although you said you don't mind any consequence that comes your way.
I didn't say that.
You said, people could come to my door and kill me. I would love that. You also said,
that's what I
I'm free
said.
from all consequences as well. You
no,
I
said I want someone to kill me. Like, if you could do
prior
it,
to that,
that'd be awesome.
Yes, perhaps.
But that's not whatever you said, like, oh, I don't care what about people.
You did. You said you are free from all consequence.
Yeah, I'm not free from all I just want someone.
You've contradicted yourself, have you not?
Oh, I contradicted myself.
I'm just willing to...
Oh, no, I lost the debate.
Not having a debate, it's just whether or not you stand with one thing or the other. Can you be free from consequence? You said you're free from all consequence.
Yeah.
Right? Is that your stance?
Internet poster.
But then you should have no complaint if consequence were to come along, right? You're free of it.
Well, I don't... Look, I would like for like a Frank Hassel scenario.
Sure, but you've got to remember...
But I don't want police officers to show up to my house and arrest me.
They have reason to at this point in the conversation.
Because of this conversation, they have reason to?
I'm saying, would they have reason to in regards to this conversation?
No.
No, so you're in the clear then, right? But what if such conversations drew the...
question, dude. You want to ask me a question, dude.
Of course. So if this conversation drew the ire of people who are less scrupulous than I, let's say, not the police, but independent actors, they were to say, I'm going to seek out justice against this individual, and your family got involved, what would you do then, seeing you care about your family? Are you not worried about the consequences of the people around you for your conduct?
Well, I don't live near my family, so...
But you care about your family, don't you?
I do, yeah.
And why would it be impossible for someone to geolocate your family?
No, they probably could.
So then, are you not putting your family at risk with your conduct presently?
No.
Oh, I see. But you said people could come over to your house and kill you. You'd love that. What if they got the wrong address? What if they got your parents' address? Lo and behold, your parents.
So you're twisting me saying I want to die. Now, actually, I meant to say I wanted my parents to die.
Not
right?
at all.
No, that's
What I'm
exactly
saying
what
is
I'm doing.
your actions have consequences, do they not?
My actions mean my parents. So the things I post on the internet means my parents have to die.
You said they had
retarded?
died.
He's saying that if someone went after you and they got the wrong, like address, and they went to your parents' house and did something thinking it was your place because of your
Does that
actions.
concern you?
No, it doesn't concern me.
All right, let's say the result of the visit to the wrong address was terminal for your parents. That wouldn't concern you?
I don't want my parents to die. No, yeah, I don't want my parents to die.
All right, so can you not see how goading people with your current conduct and content might be a problem for your desire for your parents to remain alive?
No, I don't think my
don't think they're connected?
is gonna get my parents killed. No.
Oh, good. Well, gentlemen, is there
Look,
anything further I can
maybe
assist
if
you
people
with?
were showing up to
hello.
my
Yes?
house, killing me, but they don't do that already, maybe everyone who's actually threatened my life, they've just been going to my parents' house, right? But
Potentially.
the thing is that doesn't happen now. It's not real. So no, I'm not worried about my conduct having a
You're not
blowback
worried
on my
about
parents.
consequences until they happen. Understood. Then we'll have another conversation, perhaps. Good sir.
I was nice to meet you, Mr.E.
Pleasure as always. But ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, my time is limited, and I do have to depart for the time being. So no doubt you'll treat our guest here with the appropriate concession. Yes?
Thanks for your services, Mr.E.
Who was that guy, bro? What does he do?
He's Mr.E.
He murders pedos.
He murders pedos.
I don't know.
Pretty much.
Sure.
He's a
First step
lynch
of it.
master.
Do you think he got me?
Oh yeah, you're definitely the raped.
Damn it.